Alright, the game crashed on me for whatever reason. Collect it. There we go. Alright. This is the botany. At the greenhouse. Either an avant-garde sculpture or a weird new bench. Given that giant spike in the middle, I'm going to hope it's sculpture. Although its habitat is threatened by prohibition, the gin blossom still thrives in locations boring enough not to seem suspicious to authorities. Gin blossoms. Wow. Okay. Contrary to the name, the yucca is not particularly funny. Nor is it yucky. Regular tree. It was put here by accident. Despite its addictive hallucinogenic qualities, loco weed is still legal because it's not popular among jazz musicians. The largest, SIT proudly hosts the world's largest exhibition of invisible chrysanthemums. The northern Oregon pipe cactus does not make any sound no matter how hard you blow in it, so stop trying. You don't blow in a pipe organ anyway, dummy. Native to the nearby moist lands, the eastern cattail smells extremely bad and has no industrial or culinary uses. Very tall sunflower is critically endangered due to being too far away from the ground for pollinating insects to notice it. Let me in. Alright. Excuse me? Huh? I'm a botany major? Nice. Me too. I'll elaborate. I'm a new botany major. I need to know what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, okay. Well, ultimately, you'll need to get your transcript signed to show you passed the course. I'm just a TA, so I can't do that for you. But Professor Callow should be in his office at the end of the hall. Is there a lecture or class or anything? You'd think so, right? You're the only student here today. Nobody gave me any lecture notes or anything. Pooba. The cabinet's empty. How are you supposed to know what pooba means, anyway? Unbar it. There. Now I can get through the steam tunnels if I need to. You find yourself unable to breathe. Sneaking. After a moment, he returns from wherever he was inside his head and blinks. Yeah? The other half of the lab is choked with pollen. Yeah, those man traps spray out pollen like you wouldn't believe. Somebody should probably prune him back a bit. Gotten out of control. Was that your job? If it was, nobody said anything. So how do I get past them? I can't get near. You need a pooba helmet. A what? Pooba helmet. Pollen intoxifying breathing apparatus. I don't think untoxify is a real word. Yeah, but nobody likes an acronym you can't pronounce. There's some in the cabinet. I already checked. The cabinet's empty. That figures. Everybody's always checking them out and not putting it back. So what should I do? Hunt down somebody who has one? What about a gas mask or diving helmet? No, those things don't have the untoxifying process of a pooba helmet. Still don't think it's a word. Pooba filters are designed to counter the specific poison stuff in the pollen. The air filters and other kinds of breathing gear couldn't handle it. Yeah, but if it's scuba gear, it's not breathing outside air. Pokes, you know who has one? You have a record of these checkouts, right? Yeah, probably. Let's see. He pokes in the desk until he finds a notebook. Got it. Most of these kids are gone for break. They wouldn't have taken the helmets home with them. Well, no, probably not. It's not like you're going to break into their dorm rooms, right? I absolutely will. That's fierce. Wouldn't recommend it, though. Dorm security is the real McCoy after last year's April Fool hack. What happened? Somebody broke into maintenance, rewired all the elevators to go sideways. Wow. Oh, Chip has one. There you go. Chip who? Chip Noonsley. Frat guy I know. Phi Upsilon Tau. Didn't leave for break. He's monitoring some plants he's working on. Phi Upsilon Tau. Memorize the equations. I'm pretty sure I've already read that one. Front door is overgrown with vines. The trash can smells as good as it looks. Fraternity guy tending the barbecue. What you doing? Queuing. Cute way to say barbecuing. Here, have one of these bad boys. What is it? Plant-based sausage I'm working on. Is it any good? I didn't call it a good boy just now. I figure I need another 80, 90 years to get it right. Do you like to queue? Yeah, I love it more than anything. Well, here, one of these queuing forks. I got like 10 of them. Once people find out you're in a queue, and you get them for every birthday in Crimbo. The guy over at Zeta Omega Omicron sent me to get some wood chips. Oh, wait, I'm giving him the same voice I gave the last guy. Hold on. Sure, bro, I know what you mean. What he wants is mesquite. Shave a little bark off the mesquite tree over there. Shave some chips off. It's a mesquite tree, unless you're mistaken, spelled like that, spelled wrong. All right. What's wrong, buddy? I was hanging at that weird stone frat, and I left my jacket at the bar. I'm freezing. Well, I guess there's an unnatural chill here. I'm real susceptible to changes in the narrative atmosphere. So you're heading in the direction of the Lambda Iota Theta. Can you stop in and grab my jacket for me? It's soft and comforting. No problem. Thanks. Pot contains dozens of different flowers all grafted together in some weird-smelling Plantenstein. Frankenstein. House is even more vital on this side. Kitty. Either writhing around in catnip or in agony or ecstasy. Ishmael's moon plus 1 musicality. Sprig's moon plus 1 muscle. I'll just trade them out. I don't know. Shrubberman of some sort. What's this shrub you're working on? A new strain of super aloe. Oh, interesting. Now you mentioned the leaves look like aloe vera, except whiter. That's right. I'm trying to find the best balance between increased phytochemical production and concentration. How's it working out? Pretty well now that I've given up on crossbreeding it with Toxodendron radicans. Here, have some ointment samples. Thanks. Hi, are you Chip? Depends on who you are and what your badge looks like. What? I'm not a cop. I'm a botany student. My name's Humboldt. Well, in that case, I'm Chip. I need a Pooba helmet. TA Lab said you check one out. Oh, sure. I got the allergen situation worked out on my plants here, so it's no problem. What are the plants? Check it out. Bring you a new kind of beer. Like a different kind of hops? No, hops are just one ingredient of beer. There's going to be a whole beer and you can smoke it. Smokable beer. That kind of exists already. What? Somebody copied my idea? Just about every jazz musician ever. Oh, you mean reefer? Nah, that's swell and all, but there's going to be beer, see? Literally beer you smoke? Yeah, I'm going to call it Buzzweiser. What's wise about it? Hopefully it won't make you puke if you smoke too much of it. I see. Still working on that part. Okay. Do you need a fuse today? No, thank you. If you've already got a fuse, as you say, I need a fuse. For some reason, a fuse falls out of your mouth, and he walks away in disgust. Look for that guy's jacket. You find it draped on the bar stool. It's tricky to spot because it's the same color and shape as the stool itself. What a very odd jacket. Solve the equations. Okay. Hold on. Walking down the hallway in SAT's math department, you pass a chalkboard with a bunch of complicated math scribble on a circle drawn that says, do not erase. Feeling waggish, you realize you erased the circle. Unfortunately, it turns out the circle was keeping the math on the chalkboard. It flies off to attack you. Thinking quickly, you rearrange, reduce, and resolve the equations down to a single zero, which winks out of existence. Calculator. Yeah, very ugh. That joke was ugh-worthy. Let's give this guy his jacket, brah. Shivering and his teeth are chattering. Here's your jacket. Oh, well, thanks. That's much better. Alright, he's much happier now. Making the world a better place to be. Alright, I got the helmet. Free to a good home. Must have been there a while because the plant... I found a discarded houseplant free to a good home. Must have been there a while because the plant is obviously dead. You reach for the plant to examine it, and it startles you by belching out a cloud of spooky mist. The previous owner must have given it away because it was too scary, not because it was too hard to take care of. Alright. Booba! Filters dangerous pollen from the air. Never mind. I could have sworn he gave me an item to help deal with the plants. That's the whole reason I put off the
plant quest in the first part, just because I wanted to overpower them greatly with a halfway through the game level item. Oh well. I used a plant to kill plants. I'm a horrible person. Alright, you converted those nasty plants into harmless green stains. Good grief, who would have thought the botany department would have so many plants? Anybody with a brain? There we go. Odd fruit.
Wait. I'll check the growth lab before I check the fungus lab. Water only. Water nitrogen mix. Bleach. Very dead. Serum K6. And it's just dancing around like crazy. Two things. A soda and a note that says, stop pouring chlorophyll into my sodas, you jerks. Extra green soda. 5 hit point regen per round. Not bad. Concentrated chlorophyll. Not for pranks. Yeah, you know what effect that's gonna have, right? Rhino Bomb. Plant has dozen seed pods on it. Wow, has entirely randomized stuff. And a complicated device sits on this bench. Seems to be a handheld flashbulb thingy. Tinker with it. The device is an ultraviolet bulb designed to quick bursts of energy to plants. You take the bulb in and screw it backwards. Now let's see how the plants like it. There's what I thought I was getting. Alright, first aid kit. Must have been expecting a lot of botany-related injuries. There we go. We're good to go. Ho, ho, ho. Mother of all plants. Well, not all plants, but all the ones in here, probably.
Clobber. Anti-UV plant fasher reduces all enemy stats and HP by 30. On plant-like enemies, anyway. This will not end your turn. No, it will not. You got a little tiny bit of hit points left, huh? Not anymore, you don't. Put it into the giant plant's reign of terror. Also, its reign of pollen. It's a pulsating pod of plant material.
4 plus 7 to HP. I can't think of a fight where 7 HP would help. A steamy glass case filled with ferns. A little glass case full of various hollies and ivies. A case full of pointy plants. Alright, judging by the layer of dust... He's got 10 XP for reading the chalkboard. Judging the layer of dust on his desk, Kalos hasn't been here for some time. Sample storage. Sample the samples. Alright. There are too many different potions with too crappy of effects for them only to let me use one at a time, damn it. Okay. Talk to him. Yeah. The professor is in his office. Oh, right. Semester's like over, huh? I guess he'd be at his holiday home at the lake. Thanks for remembering that after I fought all those plants. Sure thing, no problem. Where's his stupid holiday home then? Near the lake. Look, I've been to Crystal Lake, Dream Lake. I need you to be more specific. Oh, there's a road, and it's like, just mark it on the postcard. Nice. Okay. Real quick, I want to check to see I'm due a Mafia mission. So, yep, messages. Call Don T. Upon additionally processing the alert bell from this telephonic device, I have answered it. Come on, Don, dial it back a notch. As is you who have dialed my number, I do not entirely understand this request, Mr. Goofenschmerz. All right, what do you need? Our observations reported you have or will become operational within Porkham and the locus of the Seaside Institute of Technology. Is this another shakedown? I'm not going to put the screws on an entire university. That will not be necessarious. We are not in a competitivist relationship with the academical institution. No kidding. The specific task we require of you is too sensitive to communicate you in a telephonular manner. Proceed to the lunch at a Fish and Chips. You'll meet one of our operatives, known by the sobriquet of Greasy Steve. You'll recognize him by... I'll know him when I see him. Then fortuitous chance on your objective. Alright. Bus stop. Crystal Dream Lake. Cryptobotanist. On the dirt side of the road, there's a patch of blood moss on a bone tree. It's not a bone tree, it's a normal dead tree. Thought it'd sound cooler if I said it was a bone tree. You squeeze and stash the dribblings. Alright. The door won't budge. Based on what you see through the window, the entire house is full of potting soil. This sign is being curtained. Tear it down. Go through. But first I want to check this car. Expensive car, but it has been neglected. Ironic opening in the fence where the sign used to be. Walk through the busted out door. There's almost certainly nothing good in this fridge. Yes, but check it anyway. Ooh, it's even wilder in here than expected. Half the vegetables are rotted and turned to muck and mold. The other half appear to be mutated experimental plants that have acclimated themselves to the environment using the rot as fertilizer. It's like a foul-smelling alien jungle. Make a salad. What? I said make a salad. Maybe I wasn't clear. We're talking about a selection of plants that is half glop and half pulsating veins. This isn't the salad bar at the Outback Sizzler. If you make me do this, there's no backing out halfway. You have to read the whole thing. All right. There's no point in fighting on it. I know how this goes. You poke around the ruins of the kitchen until you find an intact salad bowl and wipe it off with your sleeve. Salads typically start with a bed of lettuce. The closest equivalent you see here is either some glistening green brown sludge barely holding together, or broad, shiny green leaves with blood-red splotchy ones. You pick a handful of leaves and arrange them in the bottom of the bowl. It's like the red spots are migrating towards where your hands touch the leaves, so you try not to do that too much, or let the spots touch your skin. What next? Maybe some sliced cucumber? You see something that looks like it used to be a cucumber, but it's mostly dissolved and leaked away, leaving a long blob of empty and blackened cucumber skin, like a deflated, slime-leaking party balloon. Alternatively, you can use the vegetable. It's sort of long and round like a cucumber, but it's yellow like a squash with rippling, bulging, bright green veins. Yeah, we'll just make a weird salad. You take the weird squash thing and find a rusty kitchen knife to slice it with. Neon green juice spritzes out with surprising force as you do, narrowly missing your eyes and tingling fiercely where it gets on your skin. The inner flesh of the vegetable is black with oily purple sheen, smells like a brand new car tire that a cat peed on. You arrange in slices in your bowl. The next thing you find while rooting around is a surprisingly intact-looking onion. Next to that is a thing of similar shape and size with a puce color. Other thing. Alright, as soon as the knife pierces the skin of the puce vegetable, it bursts open and thousands of tiny pink mites pour out of it, scattering everywhere on long spider-like legs. They vanish quickly, finding various crevices throughout the kitchen to hide in. Hopefully none of those crevasses belong to you. You calmly slice what's left of the vegetable and add it to your salad. Perfect to top off a salad of cherry tomatoes. You find a bowl of small round things that might be grayish-green cherry tomatoes or rotting grapes or old pickled quail eggs or maybe just green olives. Ugh, I hate green olives. There's also a plant that sprouted berries of a similar size and shape except they're white. Well, not exactly white. Sort of off-white. Except the off part isn't quite the same color you get in off-white. Turns out the berries are firmly attached to the stem. When you pull them, the skins slide off the berry cores with a slurping sound, leaving behind wet, round nodules like peeled grapes, each with a circular black spot at the end. They weep milky white fluid as the nodules deflate. You arrange the skins in your salad in an aesthetically pleasing pattern. Now you need some kind of dressing to top it off. Luckily, there's 2 bottles in the fridge door. One filled with something gray and labeled blue cheese dressing. The other filled with a bright pink liquid and a handwritten label that says number 3 with a skull and crossbones. Yay, pirate dressing! You open the bottle and pour a generous helping of hot pink number 3 on your salad. It's thin and oily, maybe some kind of raspberry vinaigrette. You could pretend that anyway. It smells like chemicals, which I admit is vague, but I can't think of a way to describe it. The smell you thought of when I said it smells like chemicals, that's what it smells like. Congratulations are in order. You have successfully created something that technically could be called a salad. All that work and it just increases muscle and masticality by 1? That's lame. Hats. Root around in it. I got a bottle cap ring. Can't take more than 5 damage at once. Dog dish with the name Barker on the side. Never know when a dog dish will come in handy. And the doors just reach to the dirt room. There's no space in there for you. Ooh, dirt. Plant food. Plant beverages. Fill the dog dish. Some kind of green liquid, whatever plants eat. A journal. Okay, it seems to have devolved into madness by the end. Let's try a few pages back. Success. I've bred a tomato that can produce a seemingly infinite amount of juice. Could totally revolutionize the juice industry. And then said I was crazy for trying to transplant human bone marrow into a tomato. Well, that's intriguing and a little disturbing. Most definitely so. New idea. Tomato bone marrow transplant includes the possibility of the reverse procedure, transplanting of plant organ structures into a mammalian subject. Must investigate. Yeah, that's not going to go well. That never goes well. Stop it. What is wrong with you? Okay, apparently my recording software glitched out badly on the journal. Fortunately, all that missed was me taking the big tomato and saying I didn't want to build anything from the hats. From the potions thing. Alright. Oh, this appears to be more or less a dog except green and having a plant pod for a head. It seems agitated, like it's guarding something. Here, have a dog dish. Here, buddy, is this yours? Are you Barker? Are you thirsty? Here you go. You put the dish down. He sniffs at it, and the pod opens, revealing a fleshy pink flower with a circle of sharp white teeth in the center. A red vine-like tongue snakes out and begins lapping up the plant beverage. Holy jeez. Finishes his drink, he closes his head and sniffs at you and wags his tail. Arf! You pat him on the head and he wags his tail harder. Looks like you got a friend. Barker has joined you. I don't want to change his name. That's a good name. Let's take him with me. I wonder what he does. Hey, Molly, mind waiting for me at Noblesse Oblige? Okay, Buck, but it's rude to keep a girl waiting. Arf. He flaps his tongue and licks your face with his vine tongue. Okay, that's going to take some getting used to. The greenhouse was clearly built by a botanist and not a carpenter. That's a big mushroom. This is just infinite weeds to fight. So here's the professor. Ah, geez, there's a tall, spindly, humanoid creature lurking in the corner. Examine it, but not closely. Long, thin, green limbs like flower stems, and is clothed in ragged white petals. Its head is some kind of plant pod. You inch a little closer and realize the white petals are the torn and frayed scraps of a lab coat. Professor Kalos? The creature turns its around and hisses angrily. Yes, I need you to sign my course transcript. Rah! Barker jumps in front of you and barks at the professor. Arf, arf. Rah! The professor swipes at Barker, knocking him back. Barker yelps and whimpers, but returns to defend you, growling angrily at his former master.
Good boy. Nobody hurts a dog and gets away with it. Not on my watch. He's only got a mysticality of 4. Meh. And now it's down to 3. Up my armor. Boom. 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 Slice him open. He hit that plant dog. Thank you, hobo assistant who showed up out of nowhere. Reducing mysticality. Bark. I'm surprised he's a companion and not a familiar, but hey.
You won. Looks like people in glass houses shouldn't, be plants. Alright. Crumple remains with Professor Kalos. He's already starting to wither and smell bad. Dang it, how are you going to get your transcript signed? Sign him. Oh, I'm sorry, boy. I know it's hard, but we did what we had to. Woof. And now what we have to do is loot his weird corpse. You pick through the tattered remains and find his Facliadian pen. Well, with a signature written in the professor's pen should be as good as if it was signed by the professor himself, right? Nobody can dispute that. You sign your transcript with an approximation of his ID, with a reasonable approximation of the signatures on that ID. You also find a pair of pants discarded in the corner. I guess he grew out of them. You take for good measure because, you know, you can measure them and they fit you, which is good. Sweet. All right, I'm going to call it here. Actually, I have no idea. I already know I'm way over time, so wherever I stop is just as well. Okay, I had said all my good nights, but this video is a little short, so let's go check this out, because I found something out that I think that I found out. Yes. I suspect that I found out. Not the cave. Wrong cave. I want the mine. Fight 'em! Shadow spiders. Ooh, spooky. Again, done in one round. The speeding is unnecessary and pointless busy work. Write it down. This is just a suspicion, mind you. Okay, it's already collapsed in the present. So if I go into the past and go into the mine, this is what I was suspicious of. Because its support beam is lousy with termites. And I can't fast travel in the past. So that's kind of annoying, but makes sense. Although if I'm in the past already, why can't I just go to the whole map in the past? Oh well. This guy says he made pesticides. Extract some spores. Yes, thank you. Talk to him. Termite poison. You got any termite poison? I wish. Regulatory agency made me stop selling it a few years ago, so it was, quote, killing everybody who used it. So more of an everything poison, right? Yep. Wicked good for termites, though. I don't remember which old man voice I gave him. Alright, so yeah, this should work. I hope. Talk to him. What can I do for you? What do you have for sale? Wait, why is there no termite poison? There we go. Shelves laden with dangerous pesticides you're sure were banned years ago. Among them, you see a mason jar filled with oily brown liquid. Termite poison. How much? 22 meat. You buy the poison. Okay, there we go. A spray can filled with chemicals that history demonstrated to be as dangerous to humans as termites. Mind you, don't get any of that on your skin, and don't breathe the fumes. Don't pour it down drains or rivers, and don't let it get in the groundwater. If the jar starts to melt, get a fresh jar. Get it into a fresh jar straight away. All right. To the mine. I want to try to do as many side quests as I can to maximize the usefulness of this playthrough to people. It doesn't appear to be in a jar. It looked like a spray can as the icon, as far as the icon goes. And I forgot to go back into the past because I'm a dimwit. Into the past. Welcome to the past. All right. So all I need to do is put the pesticide on the termites. Yeah, see, it's not in a mason jar at all. The sport beam is now termite free. Heck yeah. There we go. Doing good. Doing smart. Doing good smart. Doing good smart. Good good. So, the mine should be intact and not collapsed. Right? Right. Big crack in the wall. Free mining helmet. And as soon as this rat is shoot a hole in this solid steel chamber. I got a 22-year-old stick of dynamite. Lucky you found us in about a 44-year-old stick. They get really dangerous when they're that old. And they're not kidding, really. Okay, do I put the dynamite in the past? It doesn't make sense that they would not add another step. So I'm assuming I put the dynamite in the past, and then in the future it'll be cracked, it'll be busted open. Well, blown open. Write it down. Heck yeah. Big geode. Okay, they apparently replace the. Okay, stick the dynamite in, light it up. You've seen some disappointing explosions in your life. This one failed to even make a dent in the cake. The rock must be made of tougher stuff than a relatively fresh stick of dynamite can handle. Huh. Extremely locked. I owe you one helmet. Did I leave that note? I wonder if it even weakened the rock. I may have been just wasting your time and mine, for which I apologize. Alright. I know I've made some progress at least, though, so I'm not entirely wasting your time and mine. In the mine. Yeah. Huh. Oh well, I'll figure something out eventually. I was just checking on that while I was here. I have made progress on the quest. Greenhouse. Leave it alone. Botany class. Alright. I have bad news about Professor Kalos. Was he turned into a horrible plant monster by an experiment gone awry? Yes, you knew? No, but he's been gone for a while. Everybody assumed it was probably something like that. Kind of an occupational hazard around here. There's a reason why SIT doesn't have a biology department anymore. You told me he was in his office. I said he should be in his office. Every professor should be in their office during office hours. That's a rule. You're a dick. Well, I have now completed my syllabus. It was a very silly syllabus. How may I assist you? Why does that man have an eyeball for a head? Don't you remember him from the last game? I mean, he's quite a sight. Don't be alarmed. I'm more confused, to be honest. Ted and I, and our colleague Janet, over there to my right, share an unusual past. What happened? We worked in a circus sideshow together. That was more than 30 years ago, though. You don't seem like sideshow. Oh, they were all from that. You don't seem like sideshow material. Perhaps not, but regard. Stands up, turns his face to the wall, still looking at you. His entire back is identical to his front, with another face on the back of his head, all his clothes tailored to match. What? Ah, excuse me, I do enjoy the reaction of new students. Sits back down to a chorus of cracks and pops as his joints reverse into the new positions. Holy cheese. Don't worry, sounds much worse than it feels. A regimen of stretching exercises keeps me fit as a fiddle. Anyway, the three of us escaped the circus and headed east. Institute took us in out of scientific curiosity and gave us work as librarians. How did you escape? Well, it's not a story that bears recounting. Besides, the three of us prefer to look ahead, not back, even myself. Anything else I can help you with? Nothing now. I passed my classes. See, you have your transcript. He inspects it carefully. He nods, hands you back the transcript, and gestures to the door with a thumb. An old man is chanting something in a language you don't understand, apparently conducting a dark ritual with an important-looking book, which you will have noticed is generating some sort of ominous dark portal. Excuse me.
Huh? What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
Well, I'm just looking for a certain book, and I'm frankly amazed if it isn't the one you've got on that pedestal.
And you think I'm going to give it to you there? You just give it to you? Get out of here.
Who are you?
Do you not recognize me?
Should I? I've only been enrolled for an afternoon.
I'm Dean Wormwood. If you don't leave immediately, I'll expel you.
I already graduated.
I mean out of this dimension.
What are you actually doing?
Didn't I tell you not to interrupt me?
Yeah, but you're already interrupted now, so you might as well tell me.
Oh, yes, certainly. I'll just reveal my entire plan to some random grad student or whoever you are. That would certainly be my advantage.
Would it? Oh, you're being sarcastic.
Stellar observation. Full marks. Now get out of here before I put you on double secret probation.
You don't have to get sore about it. Let's up our mysticality and interfere with his and mess with his day. Loose radiation. That's funny. Ciabatta pants. Reporter cufflinks. That brings my Miss Kelly up to 7, which is more than I need to interrupt his ritual. Pretty sure you got your focusing diagram wrong.
Yes, and what do you know about it?
Well, I know the square goes there and the hexagon goes there. You've got them switched.
What? But...
Oh, I get it. Used an old compass. West is north now, so you have to flip it across the diagonal, see?
But that doesn't make any...
As the dean frantically scans his handiwork, you casually put a hand on his shoulder and give him a straight-arm shove toward the portal. He stumbles and screeches in pain and terror as he's sucked into it with a whoosh like a mouse caught in a shop vac, and the portal vanishes with a quiet pop. Take it. Wait, this is a copy of the student handbook. Nothing unusual about that. Shoot. Curse book's got to be around here somewhere. Huh. I wonder. Could it possibly be the one book that's a smoldering void in space? This is unmistakably the book you're looking for. Check it out as an examine it, or borrow it from the library. Both. Radiates menace. Spine is dry and cracked as that of a spooky skeleton. The binding reminds you of a skeleton bound to a dungeon wall with rusty manacles. The picture of a skeleton is also... The picture of a skeleton on the cover is also evocative of something scary, but you can't quite place what it is. Oh, God. Ocean City. All right. Sit on it. The Libris Umbra Macallum Ovilia. Ia vitro, you offer the grim Latin tome to the machine. Ita viro. Your head tingles as the machine thrums and vibrates. Inhuman vowels undulate in your ear. Ululate, not undulate, ululate. Dark word, that's wailing and howling. Dark words form at the tips of your tongue. A cacophony of language reverberates and resounds, and pow! Suddenly dissipates. The curse is severed from the book. All that nasty Latin's been wiped away, wielding the uncorrupted beauty beneath. Mutton recipes. The book's curse now lives in the machine. I don't think you can project your consciousness into it. Think again, pal. Alright, I will worry about this later. The video is already running long. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, or subscribe. Or not. I'm not the boss of you. Good night.